Alright, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai. Call hello Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Makakodash. That's all praises to the Most High and the Son who you evenly call Jesus Christ. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Moving in the gospel of God, lifting up the standard behind Bahashim Yahweh Shai. It's your Aki Mahaloya. Going back with another lesson through the Spirit. Empower Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Lord's will to be edifying. Title, General Yohana, did you sell out, man? Alright, and I say that based on a few statements that he made, and brothers went into, like the elder apostle is going into daily dose of truth, false prophets, and you got UPK guys on there, which is known as the Israeli School of Universal Practical Knowledge, okay, which was formulated back in the 80s, I believe. The original ISUPK come out of One West, and this guy General Yohana, or Yohana, affectionately we call him General Yohana, believes that the mark of the beast, first it was white women, 666 dignitaries, sin, and he made a statement recently, and the Apostle Tahar even brought it out, that everything but the chip is the mark of the beast. So, like the Apostle Tahar said, you can have a bag of Doritos with cheese and meat on that, and that's considered the mark of the beast. So my question to you, and also one of the elders from Sakari claimed that he got in contact with him and said Yohana told him that, look, brother, you gonna take the chip and I'm gonna take the chip because you gotta eat. Alluding to the fact that you know that the mark of the beast is indefinitely the chip, man. Alright? So, with that being said, for you to make such a profound statement like that, I wouldn't even say profound, okay? So for you to make such a derogatory statement like that, or such a deadly statement, because that's utter nonsense. I asked the question, did you sell out, man? Did you sell out? Because for you to claim to be the great General Yohana, or Yohana, and that you third under heaven under Yahweh Shai is first the Most High, then it's you. No, first the Most High, then Yahweh Shai, then you, which you basically calling yourself King David, because King David is third under the ranking order of the Most High's hierarchy. You got the Most High Yahweh, you got his son Yahweh Shai, you got David. Then you got the 12 disciples, okay? Which technically David will be of the 12, because if you understand the breakdown of the scriptures, you will know that King David was Peter, all right? Which Peter was the head of the Lord's church. So you basically saying you are King David and that you're the head. Doesn't make any sense, man. You know? But anyway, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man, you guys gonna be in big trouble, because hey, the time that we're coming into now, they're getting ready to institute this vax, you know, and followed by the RFID chip. Like I mentioned previously in my videos, that the vax is pretty much along the same lines as the chip. You know, they're along the same lines simply because the spirit of Draconian that they're coming in. You know, so through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you got guys in this thing that lose faith, they lose hope, okay? Mainly they lose faith and integrity, because for you to sell out the Lord, that's basically a Judas goat, a Judas move. A Judas goat is a person that will lead you down a path of destruction while pretending to be with you, you know, because while you out there screaming, no cowards this, no cowards that. But where's your prophecy at, man? Why you ain't breaking down the chip? Why you steady redacting on what it is and changing it up, but you would never say what it is? You say what it's not. You know, and I mean, you did mention a comment that, well, it's anything but the chip. So that means I'm driving a vehicle. That means I got the mark of the beast. I'm going to a shopping center, and I'm buying let me see, I'm buying some ground turkey, some ground chuck, or I'm buying some tilapia. That's the mark of the beast. don't make sense, bro. You know, but you got guys out there that willingly deceive the flock. Willingly. And I'm going to tell you like that right now. This man cares nothing about the Israel. He cares nothing about his congregation. He cares nothing about the people who he's claiming he's trying to reach. He cares nothing about the people. Because if he cared about the people, he'd teach them the correct way. But he didn't. Okay? Instead, he's an embodiment of Micah, the 3rd chapter. And also, Yahushua told you false prophets will enter the world in these perilous times, which perilous goes into danger with evil. All right? Like right now, we're in election. Like election day was yesterday, but look like you got a layover. And people are antsy, they're rioting. You know, people are biting their fingernails because it looked like that Trump was behind like 10 points on the polls, but they didn't wrap up the election last night. They may have to do a recount, you know what I'm saying, just to prolong Trump's business in office when they could have just basically suspended the election. Because basically, that's technically what it is. If you prolong the votes and you ain't coming up with a conclusion as to a winner, then basically you just suspended it. You put it on hold. Because right now it's at a stalemate, you know, and we said it may happen. We said it may be suspended, they may do something, or they may extend this election. So let's just say if they extend an election 3 months down the line, and let's just say we have a major attack in the United States. Trump will remain dictator, okay? He will remain a Caesar, which means king. And that can very well happen, man. Because ultimately, DJ Trump, we believe through the spirit, that's what the elites wanted. They wanted Trump to go in there and just totally bring about total division. All right? And that's what he's done, you know? Because America is nothing more than a monarchy, man. It's all about the 1%. It's all about the individual, you know, that call come through. But anyway, where was I? So going back into how you got a lot of these men, in Israel, man, they know they don't have a chance on making it. So their job is blatantly to deceive the masses or to deceive their followers. All right, which Yahushua, man, go into about how the hireling, when they see the wolf coming, and how they leave the sheep or the flock to be destroyed by the wolf. And that's what you guys are doing, man. You know, guys like Gehenna or Johanna, as people would like to affectionately call him, Johanna. That man is a damn hireling, man. You know, he's a Judas goat. Because only a idiot would say the mark of the beast is anything but the chip. Why can't it be the chip, man? Why can't it be anything but the chip? That's not it. Why is that, man? Because you dudes and sold out. That's the only thing I can think about. But anyway, let's get right into the scriptures. So anyway, this is the book of Micah 3, and this scripture has been coming out a lot on you false demons out there. Micah 3, verses 1. It says here, and I said it here, I pray you, O heads of Jacob, ye princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment? So you men's in this thing that's calling yourselves Hebrew Israelites, you supposed to know the judgment. You supposed to know these prophecies, and you supposed to declare them unto the people, or to the Israelites, and to the nations. You're not supposed to be trying to feed your own belly or promote your own unethical cause. You're supposed to be doing the work of the Most High. Like the scriptures say, cursed be the man that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully. You know, and you teach your people that the mark of the beast in his embargo, or it's sleeping with Edomite women, or whatever else BS you guys are deeming out there. That's not the spirit to be in. And the Most High is going to come back and visit a lot of you dudes. And when the Most High makes his move on the earth, when the prophecies really start to kick off, we want to see how tough and how proud and how knowledgeable you men are going to be in that day. Because a lot of you going to be in big trouble once they say, look, man, cash is done away with. We're introducing a digital currency. In order for you to navigate or coexist in society, you are going to have to get the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Then a lot of you cats going to be scrambling for chips. A lot of you cats going to go secretly get the chip. You know, a lot of you women going to get the chip. Like brothers be asking, well, what do I do if my woman get the chip? Well, brothers, if your woman get the chip, then, hey, you know she's going to be destroyed. But, hey, just be saying, I speak as a man when I say this. I mean, brothers, you know, you walk away from, of course, you know, at the end of the day, she's not getting on a chariot. But, hey, use her ass to eat. Shit, that may be our purpose. The Lord may have that demon, that woman, get the chip just so she can feed you. Gotta think of it that way, because the scriptures say all things are together for good for those that love the Most High. So, hey, man, Your demon get the chip, hey, instead of cursing her ass out, you may curse out. But then again, hey, in some cases you may play cool because that may be your only source of eating for the time being. But when shit really kicks off, you're gonna have to leave her because she's gonna be a liability into you. But for now, eat off her ass. Shit. She got the chip, you don't. It ain't a sin to eat a meal from somebody that got the mark of the beast. It ain't a sin. I mean, look at the Ravens. They came and fed Elijah. They came and fed him, right? I mean, people say, well, how can you eat from a dirty bird? Well, a fowl is an unclean animal, but yet they still fed a man of the Lord. All right, and the fact that they fed him, the fowl is unclean, but the fact the food they gave him was lawful. So, hey, if she get the chip, shit, and she sneak and get it, and all of a sudden she's still getting groceries, shit, eat off her. Why not? But it says, who hate the good and love the evil. It says, who pluck off the skin from off them and the flesh from their bones. And when you're teaching against the chip, when you're teaching against the prophecies, you're teaching your congregation that the mark of the beast is not the RFID chip. You are plucking off the skin, okay? You're filleting your congregation. You're filleting the nation of Israel. Because I believe the only people that listen to them guys, man, is a bunch of skid row retards. Because you dudes ain't coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. All right, you ain't nothing but lower level zealots. That's all you are, low level zealots. And Johanna, you on a low level, man. All right, you've been in this thing 30 plus years and you can't do no fucking better than that. You a pathetic excuse for an Israelite man, bro. All right, and I'll be the one to tell you. And it says, who also eat the flesh of my people. And it ain't talking about cannibalism, It ain't talking about you literally grabbing somebody's arm and eating it like it's a damn drumstick. No, it's talking about putting Jake back to sleep. Feeding them up with this false doctrine, these false narratives, these false prophecies. Having a congregation to think that you're third in heaven under Yahweh Shai. Give me a break. So you big to tell me some big groovy guru looking motherfucker, all right, hamburglar, grimless looking nigga, all right, that can barely see his goddamn ankles, that walk around with a goddamn bat cape on and some fucking blue blockers. You telling me he's third under the command? All right, I reckon to see that. But it says, who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off them, and they break their bones and chop them in pieces as for the pot and as flesh with cauldron. Basically, what you call it, an abominable stew is what you leaders are serving up to your people. It says, then they should cry unto the Lord, but he will not hear them. So when it comes for you to go get that chip, when there ain't no food or when they're rationing out foods out here, because if you go into the word famine just means to be hungry, famished, hungry. You're going to have food out here, but they're going to ration things out. You ain't got the chip, then, hey, you ain't going to be able to get nothing to eat. So you guys out there that's teaching against it, it says, then they should cry unto the Lord, but he will not hear them. He will even hide his face from them at that time. So, hey, Johanna, you remember you said, I'm going to get the chip and you going to get the chip because we got to eat. All right, bro. You going to eat the words too. And, hey, you may just go out by famine, bro. Like the Lord may have you to go through the famine. You may lose all that weight. All right. Get completely anorexic. And all of a sudden a missile come and hit your ass, man. Because just looking at you, we know you love to eat, man. You don't have the healthiest diet. Just looking at you, man. I bet you can let out some lethargic poops, man. It'd probably clear a fucking house out. Because you're not right in the spirit, man. But it says, but he would not hear them, and he would even hide his face from them at that time, as they have behaved themselves ill in their doing. Like you got this guy, Naughty Nate, that's talking about it's June, ain't no microchips. But hey, it's microchip season all around. Same guy that's talking about there's gonna be no Jacob's trouble, and go down and take the inoculation, right? This is gonna be the same man that tells you, and that's probably gonna use Romans 13 for you simpletons out there, to go out there and get, that microchip. Because, hey, at the end of the day, Nate might not get the chip because deep down inside, Nate knows it's the mark of the beast. He just telling you clowns in his congregation that is none other than, that is not the chip. That is something else, an embargo, Christianity. Like you telling me, if I don't go to the supermarket or I don't go to Whole Foods with a white peach of Caesar Borgia and I don't show Cesare or a cross of Christ, as you like to call them, I can't eat. That's retarded, man. Oh, well, you don't have a picture of Cesare Borgia or white Jesus. You can't come in. You can't get these cucumbers, man. You can't get this rye bread. You can't buy American cheese because you ain't got a picture of white Christ. Like, get out of here with that. You guys sound stupid, man. And if you really pay attention to what you sounded dumb about a minute, man. Because only an idiot will fall for something like that. All right? For those of you that got two half of brain cells that's working, you need to get away from these guys because they're going to lead you into your ultimate demise. You know, like the scripture tell you in Ezekiel the 33rd chapter, how the Most High set the watchmen up to warn the people. But hey, if he warned the people and you don't take heed, then hey, the blood is on your hands. So we're warning you people. We're telling you, watch out for these false leaders in Israel. You know, but you ain't taking heed to us. But yet we're getting the blood off our hands. Unlike Yohanan and them, they ain't getting the blood off their hands because they're not warning you of these things. They're too busy trying to run Great Millstone members off the corners talking about this General Yohana's block. Like, nigga, show me a block with Yohanan on there. Like, these streets don't belong to you, man. They belong to the white man. All right? The hell you think you see a street called Michigan or Poppenberger or Sealy, you know, which those usually be in the hood, but still, hey, they named after the Edomites, man. You know? So you Jakes, man, yeah, you got to get it together. But it says, thus says the Lord concerning the prophecy, the prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry peace. And when you saying that the chip is not the chip and that it's not the mark of the beast, you basically saying it's peace. You basically saying no evil is going to come upon us. And it says, and he that put it into their mouths, they even prepare war against him. And I'm going to go down verse 7, and it says here, matter of fact, let's read the whole thing. It says, therefore night should be unto you, that ye should not have a vision. Right, because you ain't going to be able to foresee what the Most High is going to tell. You're not overly looking at the prophecies. You're not going to be able to break down what's going on out here. You guys are talking about go down there and let them stick poison in you, you know. And it says here, therefore it should be unto you that ye should not have a vision, and it should be darkened to you, and that ye should not divine, and the sun should go down over the prophet. That sun goes into that wisdom and understanding. It says, and the day should be dark over them, because these are the men ultimately that was leading you to your demise. And it says, then shall the seers be ashamed. Seers is the seers, the prophets. All right, these wicked prophets, and the diviners confounded. And yea, they should cover all their lips, for there's no answer to the Most High. So your congregation come and ask you, hey, is it okay to go take the microchip? Is it okay to go get inoculated? Is it okay to go to the FEMA prisons? What you gonna say then, you know? You know, what are you gonna say then? You know, your congregation gonna ask you questions, then what can you say? You're gonna be sitting there looking stupid, all because, hey, you've told them a bunch of lies and folly. You know? And it says here, but truly I am full of power by the Spirit of Yahweh, and of judgment and of might, to declare unto Jacob his transgression and Israel his sin. And we're telling you to repent. Don't take the chip. It says, but hear this, I pray you, you heads of Jacob, and princes of the house of Israel, that abhor judgment and pervert all equity. They build up Zion with blood and Jerusalem with iniquity. Because you teaching guys, oh, you got to have guns. And I'm not per se talking about you, Johanna, but your guys do pervert that. You do portray that image. You do portray that zealot image. Because I believe they had videos of you at the gun range, you know, which is nothing wrong with going to test your shooting skills. It's not a sin. But when you broadcast that, that's not a wise move. And when you put that out there, you're basically promoting an image of what Israel should do. Because if that's the case, you wouldn't upload it on your channels. ISUPK, no cowards. You know, that's zealots, man. You know, going to camps with 9s and shit, man. If you got a gun in your vehicle, that's your business. But hey, you ain't supposed to be out there promoting that type of violence among people, because you're supposed to have the faith of Yahweh Shai. You know, like I remember a couple of months back, I believe in the summertime, man, this dog ran up on the brothers from Cali, and basically the angel held it back and hit it the other way. The fucking dog couldn't even attack the brothers, man. The dog was running up to come attack brothers, and the angel was right there, and bam, he lifted up the standard. Got him out of there. But you guys don't believe that, and this is why a lot of you gonna get took out here. It says here, they build up Jerusalem with blood, Jerusalem with iniquity, and the heads thereof judge for reward. All right, reward meaning you judge for money. You guys and took that bug out purse. You done took that pouch. It says, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. So a lot of the shit you niggas are teaching is because you got paid off to do it. You know, because it's either you stupid or retarded to bring out the type of nonsense that you guys are speaking about, or you got paid off, man. And I'm very to number 2 because I'm refusing to believe you guys are that damn stupid. Just tell some shit like that. Oh, the mark of the beast is anything but the chip. So you telling me if I go do a goddamn back note off an IBP truck, you telling me I got the mark of the beast or whatever the hell you meant by that? You know, you leaving Israel with a lot of answers, but a lot of open answers, man. A lot of open-ended questions. You know, you're not coming through for them. You're not answering the questions for them. You know, you're leaving them with a lot of gray areas. You know, and they can't come back from them. You have a gray area, then you're leaving the door open for mass interpretations. With Yahushua is straightforward. It's black or white. It's A or B. Ain't no A, B, and possibly C. It's A or B, man. All right, and you leaving Jake with a lot of gray areas, giving him room to speculate on shit that ain't true. But it says, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money. And yet would they lean upon the Lord and say, is not the Lord among us? And no evil could come upon us. All right. Therefore shall Zion for your sake be plowed as a field, and Jerusalem should become a heap, and the mountains of the house as the high priest a place of the forest. So, hey, you're going to get dispersed. You, your congregation, and all them guys that follow you, hey, the Most High is going to disperse you in due time. All right, but anyway, with that, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honor to our elders, the apostles of GMS, and blessings and salutations to the elect. And with that, Shalom.